exactly.
We're doing a little bit refresher from what we've done last couple of days. This is called widescreen, yeah. Blank screen, that's what the game is called. So let's remember our rules that we have. So we have adding and subtracting, right? Adding and subtracting. Integers, yes.
It's got
Penmanship. No way.
I'm careful here, right? What are you talking about?
That's the game.
I don't even know what
I would say it's probably better than mine.
Did you? Somebody put it in the wrong tray? All right, we're good. So if we add, subtract integers, addition pretty easy, right? What do we do for addition? Oh man, you guys are thinking way too hard. What should we do? If we see an adding, we should wrap. That's our rule. Let's do it. Same sign, add. Different sign, subtract. We keep the sign of the bigger one so you can be exact. What? So the idea is if you know the wrap, you know the rules. You'll be golden on addition problems. You'll know what to do. Subtracting. We had a couple of methods, right? What was the first method that I shared with you? Huey.
Ninja.
Circle method, that was the second one I showed you, but that's okay. We can do the circle method first. Okay, circle method. Raise your hands if you prefer the circle method. That's great. So somebody who doesn't have their hand raised, that means you prefer the other method. Hand raised? Negative ninja is a special case. We'll come right back to that. Because we can't use negative ninja every time. In fact, we can only use negative ninja on one specific case. What's the other way? So the people who didn't raise their hand must like the other method of subtraction. What is it, Embryo? Keep, change, change, KCC. And then we also have the negative ninja, which is a special case.
Ninja.
Now, I just want to do a few examples of each. Just one example using something that's pretty easy. So let's do like 4 minus 7. Okay? 4 minus 7. That's a subtraction problem, right? Let's use the circle method first, since that's the first one we have listed. What's the big key takeaway when we do the circle method with 4 minus 7? John?
We circled the minus 7 4.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Right in front of me. You got it, buddy. I know you got it. Give it a shot.
I think we circle the 4 and the minus and the 7 at the same time.
So that minus sign, when we do the circle method, what does that minus sign become? Now it's clearly just a negative sign. This used to say 4 minus 7. What does this say now? 4 and negative 7, which now we do the wrap. What's the wrap say for that? Same sign, add, different sign, subtract. So we do 7 minus 4, and we get 3. Keep the sign of the bigger one. Which one's bigger?
4.
Negative 7 is bigger, so it's going to be negative 3 is our answer. Okay? But the bigger one, so you can be exact. So 4 minus 7 is negative 3. Now, many of you guys might have been able to just picture that one in your head. That's okay. Let's do the next one. 4 minus 7 again. This time we're going to do KCC. Sometimes when I do keep, change the signs, right? So we're going to do keep, change. Which means that 4 becomes 4. Why does it just become 4? Keep it. Now change, the subtraction symbol becomes
Negative ninja.
an addition symbol, and the 7 becomes a negative 7. And now what do?
Negative ninja.
We wrap. Add, different sign, subtract. So we got 7 minus 4. She goes 3. Keep the sign of the bigger one.
So we can be exact.
So it's negative, because this one's bigger.
Who?
Alright?
You.
Why?
Now what would we have to do for negative ninja?
We have to get 2 negative signs right next to each other.
Good, so let's do that. So now instead of 4 minus 7, it's 4 minus negative 7. So what do we see?
Negative ninja.
Negative ninja is going to come out to play on this one.
no.
Hit!
Oh.
Now what does this thing say?
Can you come and do it again?
What does this say now?
4 plus
4 plus positive 7.
Positive.
Which is a pretty easy question to do, right? 4 plus positive 7
11.
gives us 11.
Stranger days.
So those are the things that we have, those are the techniques we've talked about. Okay? Those are the techniques we talked about. Circle method takes a subtraction sign and makes it into a list. That list, we use the wrap. Keep, change, change, we rewrite the problem using addition. We rewrite it.
KCC.
And then, once you've changed it to an addition problem, then we do the
KFC.
wrap.
Not KFC, KCC.
We do the wrap. Negative ninja shows up when there's two negatives next to each other.
He's like, no, 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 no.
He said, no, 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 no. 2 negatives? That's too many negatives. Play on the word 2. Different 2, right?
Yeah.
2 and 2.
Yeah.
You get it?
Two
Yeah.
negatives.
You get it?
I think you just have, yeah, you.
I know.
I think we got it.
Bad joke.
I think we got it. 2 negatives? That's too many negatives. Hi, hi!
Without breaking the.
Right, he's got to chop those negatives into positives. Then it becomes adding a positive, and adding a positive is pretty straightforward. Okay. All right, we have a couple of problems that we're going to do now. So now that we've kind of summed it up, we're going to do some problems. Ignore the challenge on the right. Just focus on the left.
Oh, I can do that.
All right, just focus on the left.
That looks super hard.
It's called the challenge.
All right, so what are we going to do here?
Add.
What do we see? What should we look for right away? What should we notice right away on this problem? London? They're both negative. That's the second thing I'm going to notice. What's the first thing we should notice? This is an addition problem, so we're going to wrap. So same sign, add, boom, done. Second thing we notice is they are both negative, so same sign, add. So we're going to add them together. 8 plus 18 is
Negative 26.
26. Keep the sign of the bigger one. Which one's bigger? 18, which is negative.
Negative.
So we get negative 26.
You just pull that out from the bottom of the drive.
Maybe.
All right, let's get another one. We're only doing 4.
Okay. Same sign.
What's
add.
the first thing we should notice on this problem?
Different sign.
It's addition.
This is an addition problem already, so we're going to wrap right away. Nothing we need to do before the wrap. So we wrap right away, and we notice that this is same sign, add, different sign, subtract. So we're going to subtract 36 minus 16 is 20. Keep the sign of the bigger one. Which one's bigger?
36.
Good, 36. So our sign is
Negative 20.
negative.
Let's go.
As
If I'm going too fast, you just have to tell me to slow down.
I can keep up.
These are review questions, and I already have them written down, so it might take you a little bit longer because you have to write them down.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, you're not doing the challenge.
My skin's gone.
it's always negative 20.
All right, let's get the next one. What should we notice right away?
Subtraction.
Subtraction. So that means we need to look for, are we going to do the circle method? Are we going to do keep, change, change? Are we going to see the negative ninja show up?
Yes.
Ninja show up.
Oh no.
Wait,
Oh no.
Hit! Hit!
nothing happened. You mean nothing happened? Oh,
You don't
sorry.
see those giant red slashes.
He doesn't have to be there to
Oh no.
Yeah, you just.
That's how negative. You didn't even see him do it. He was so fast, so stealth. You didn't even see him go by. So what does this say now? This says 14 plus positive 5. Well, that's nice. I can do 14 plus positive 5 in my head, can't I?
19.
19. And of course, we're not doing the challenge.
Way
All
Aw.
right.
There's too many negatives. Oh no.
Next one.
I know this. It's subtraction.
I was talking about the
What do we see? What should we see first?
Subtraction.
This is a subtraction problem, so we should
Bubble.
decide whichever method you prefer. Do you prefer keep, change, change? Do you prefer the circle method? It's up to you how you do it.
Bubble butt.
Whichever one you like better, you use it. I tend to like the circle method better. If you like keep change change, that's fine too. I prefer the circle method, so I'm gonna do the circle method. So notice, what does this say? This says negative 25 and negative 16. Now I do the wrap.
Add, subtract.
The bigger one, so you can be exact.
Exact.
So we're gonna add these together and get 41.
Negative 41
And we know that the bigger one
is negative.
is negative.
Is.
I'm trying to write NEG, but it won't let me. I got
Oh,
the
I hate
E.
when it happens.
Got it. So it's negative, and I get negative 41.
That's close enough.
Okay?
It looks like red.
Yeah, it does.
Greg.